exist in the world today and can be found in magazines, on television, and in adult stores. Pornography, defined in the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, is the depiction of erotic behavior intended to cause sexual excitement and which porn stars get paid to do. So my question is, how can pornography be legal when it is basically the same thing as prostitution? In both prostitution and pornography, people get paid to have sexual activity. Also, is this really that much different than a one-night stand? When you have a one-night stand, a man or a woman may take you out to drink or maybe even have dinner. Then you go back to their place or yours and you have sexual intercourse, and then it's over. Prostitution is one of the oldest known professions in the world. Even though it is illegal in almost all of the United States, except for Nevada, where the only legalized bordellos are, it is still performed. Cops spend a lot of time trying to get prostitutes off the street, when they should be using that time to catch the rapists and the serial killers. Plus, once a prostitute gets out of jail, she is right back on the corner where she started at. Prostitution is not going to go away. I think that it would be best if the United States government took control of it. If prostitution was regulated, then it could be beneficial. Today, I'm going to inform you on how prostitution could reduce the domestic violence on the streets, how it could help benefit the overall health of those currently engaging in prostitution, and how it could benefit the United States economy if legalized. Prostitution could reduce the domestic violence in the streets if it's legalized. The 1990 Florida Supreme Court Gender Bias Report states that prostitution is not a victimless crime. Prostitute rape is rarely reported, investigated, prosecuted, or even taken seriously. For prostitutes, rape is every bit as dramatic as it is for a woman who is not a sex worker. It may be even more painful for them because it could bring back memories of their abusive childhood. Prostituted women have long been considered fair game. Sexual harassment, rapes, gang rape, kinky sexual behavior, robbery, and beatings. A 1991 study by the Council of Portland, Oregon, documented that 78% of 55 prostituted women reported being raped an average of 16 times annually by their pimps and 33 times a year by their johns or their dates. 12 rape complaints were made in criminal justice system, and neither pimps nor johns were ever convicted. If prostitution was legal, then the prostitutes would be off the streets, and they would be in bordellos with other prostitutes. They would have security, someone to go to if they were being harassed or treated badly. They would have someone to take care of the customers for them. Ronald Wurtzer, Ph.D., professor of sociology at George Washington University, in the July 1st, 2005 journal, Violence Against Women, he wrote, "In fact, there is evidence that some systems of legalization provide a relatively safe working environment. Women in legal bordellos in window units in Nevada experience very little crime." Along with the reduction in domestic violence, prostitution would benefit the overall health of those currently engaging in prostitution. If legalized, then prostitutes could be made to take blood tests each month to make sure they have no transmitted diseases. They could be made to have a card on file to assure the customer that they are clean, which they could show at any time. Senior Policy Analysis for the Reform on Marijuana Laws In the Future of Freedom Foundation, December 1993, Freedom Daily article, The Case of Legalized Prostitution, he wrote, according to the current evidence, roughly half of the street prostitutes in Washington, D.C. and New York City are HIV positive. In Newark, New Jersey, the estimate is that close to 60% of all prostitutes carry the AIDS virus. Yet, in the relatively free market of Nevada, where prostitution is legal, not one, as of 1989, of the state-licensed prostitutes have ever tested positive for AIDS. Bordellos compete with each other, so they want to be able to ensure their customers that their service is clean and safe. Clearly, this would reduce the spread of AIDS, along with benefiting the United States economy. In good years, Nevada's 25 or so bordellos pulled in as much as $50 million in revenue. By legalizing prostitution, the government could tax the bordellos just like a business, thus reducing the United States debt. This revenue would be from income taxes, business taxes, and fees. Bordellos could also provide other amenities such as spas, restaurants, visited limited memberships, and theaters to generate more revenue. They could also even tax the call girls separately, so they could get tips from them, such as a waitress. The Baltimore Examiner wrote the October 26, 2006 editorial, "Legalize Prostitution for the Sake of Women," that said, the better solution is to legalize prostitution and tax the proceeds like any other business. That way, the government could use that money to pay for programs to help women find a different path. Legalizing prostitution can help reduce the domestic violence as well as benefit the overall health of prostitutes and the United States economy. Nevada is the only state that has legalized bordellos so far, but hopefully someday soon the federal government will make it legalized throughout the United States. There should be an age limit for prostitutes, though, if legalized, so that young girls don't get into it just to rebel. The age limit should be at least 21. So at least give it some thought. I agree that it is not morally right, but if we can't stop it, we might as well make it safer and beneficial for all. I got some pictures of the Nevada bordellos. And right here, it's one of the licensed prostitutes in a room where there's a pole. There's a sign for Sherry's Ranch. This is the lobby at Mustang Ranch. And this is another sign. There's mountains at Mustang Ranch. This is the watchtower at Mustang Ranch. They have handicapped bathrooms. This is a heart-shaped hot tub. And this is the lobby. The bordellos are a tourist attraction. So, and that is it.